Jimmy's on the Park sponsors Cat Neville, 706 DeMond in Clayton, 725-8585. It's their 20th anniversary. You can check out their website, jimmyscafe.com. They'll be open Christmas Eve. And don't forget about your New Year's Eve reservation at Jimmy's. They have live entertainment and a nice roaring fire and great food. Jimmy's on the Park, 706 DeMond Avenue in Clayton, 725-8585, or their website, jimmyscafe.com. Good morning, Cat Neville.
Good morning.
Tell us about Maplewood.
Oh, you just gave it away.
Sorry.
Yes, so Maplewood, they keep adding these wonderful new spots to their business district. I mean, Maplewood really is
it planned or is it just happening by accident?
No, it's definitely planned. In fact, one of the women that I really admire is Rochelle Lequier.
Right.
So she and the folks in Maplewood really work very diligently to attract independent, very unique businesses, help to support them in their launches,
right,
and have a lot of events and things like that help to support these businesses. So, I was down there in Maplewood last weekend and got a bunch of my holiday shopping done. I went to Maven, which is like they do all of these like body care, like soaps and candles and this kind of stuff, all handmade. Vomfas, which if you've never been there, it's awesome. It's a German company, and what they do is they have all of these things in casks. So like olive oils, vinegars, different types of liqueurs and scotches and rums and this kind of stuff. And so bought a bunch of gifts there. But there are two shops that have recently opened. One is Larder and Cupboard at 7310 Manchester, right on that main drag strip. And it is brought to you by Brian Pelletier of Cacao and then Cindy Higgerson. And what they have created is essentially an artisan specialty shop. So you can go in and get cheeses from like Beachy Farms and Marcoute Creamery. You can get stuff from Salume Bidou. You can, they bring, those are all local things. They also bring in specialty products from elsewhere, like these great, specialty syrups from a Brooklyn company. It's just finishing oils, these kinds of things, like really just kind of lovely higher end artisan products, and it's all brought together in just this one shop.
So you don't have to go to all those different places.
Exactly, and really, if you are looking for gifts for a foodie, these are the kinds of things where they have, like for example, these really gorgeous dried fruit kind of these pressed cakes of dried fruit that are perfect with cheeses, and you can go in. They have all these samples. It's a really lovely shop.
So syrup, you can get artisan syrup now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Artisan.
Yeah, artisan.
That's
everything.
That's the thing.
All right.
And then the other really wonderful new spot that has launched recently that is also a shop is Bolliard's Meat and Provisions. And so Chris Bolliard was the chef de cuisine at Sydney Street for like 10 years. And so he and his wife, Abby, this is kind of their dream. They've opened up a neighborhood butcher shop, and you can go in and get, cuts of meat that are butchered on site. He house makes these wonderful sausages and pâtés. And then he also has other kinds of specialty products. In fact, there is a soap, I mentioned Maven earlier. There is, what he does is he renders beef fat and then gives that to the folks at Maven, and they make soaps out of that beef fat. Almost all soap has at its base tallow, which is beef fat, fats, pork and beef.
If that's the case, I'm the cleanest man in town. I'm full of soap.
Not all soaps, obviously, but traditional soaps.
Not all fats.
No.
Not all fats are soap. Okay,
no.
all right.
But not. I mean, the traditional soaps have at their base like those fats. And so anyway, so they so Maven makes these soaps out of the specifically for Bolliards. He's carrying these wonderful. So Justin Lesh, who owns Yellow Tree Farms, which is a really great specialty small farm in town, he also is a woodworker, and so he creates these like cheese boards and knives all out of wood, and so you can buy those at the shop. It's awesome. It's just great.
How about that?
Great gift idea.
Yeah,
All right, good.
Really, really fun.
Maplewood's great, and of course, don't forget about our friends at St. Louis Closet Company over there. They've done great jobs over there. So
Absolutely.
that's on Big Bend. So for all of when you're checking out Maplewood, make sure you stop by and say hi to Jennifer Williams and Company at St. Louis Closet Company. What's number 2?
Those were two.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
we
I
were.
can keep going.
No,
I've
no,
got
no.
more because, like, the living
But
room.
there is more.
There's more. I haven't checked it out yet, but the living room just opened this week, directly next door to Bolliard's, and they are a coffee shop and pastry spot. And so I haven't been there yet, so I don't want to
Okay.
talk about it. But they are open.
What's it called? The furniture store?
No, the living
living
room.
room.
The living room.
The furniture store.
I got furniture on my head.
furniture store
Sorry, you
coffee
said
company.
you said
Yeah.
you said woodworker, and I got all excited.
I know, you're like,
I got all
what?
rattled.
What?
all
So
right.
I mean, it's just Maplewood is great,
Yeah.
and all the terrific restaurants. And I do want to give a shout out to Cassie and Josh from Home Wine Kitchen. They announced that Home Wine Kitchen is going to be closing on the 31st of December.
Okay.
And so definitely get in there and show them some love
All right.
before the end of the month.
Yeah, all
and they're
right.
right there on that same strip.
That is a nice little strip, and that really has been transformed in the last 10 years. or so.
Entirely. And I think that it's a really great example of what attracting the right businesses to a town or a city can
Right.
do to really help to transform what it's like to be there. These businesses not only bring in tax revenue, obviously from the sales and all this kind of stuff, but they really are attracting people who want to move to Maplewood. They
Right.
want to live close to this thriving area. And other municipalities, I think, could look at it as a blueprint for what they can do to really help to revitalize downtowns. Maplewood's done a great job with it.
And what's going on with FeastCom?
FeastCom. We go to press today
Mm-hmm.
with the January Tastemakers issue, so it's a crazy day. But one thing I do want to mention is we are, and this is coming up in January, but we, again, in Maplewood, we are sponsoring the Sweet Tooth Tour, and that is actually on January 31st. And actually on December 31st, we are sponsoring New Year's Eve with Devin Allman, and that's going to be at the Moonshine Blues Bar in St. Charles. And so excited about that.
All
That's
right.
a really great way to
Yeah.
kind of ring in the new year. So if you're looking for something to do,
Go to
that's
the
something
moonshine.
to do.
When
That's right.
when it's press day,
Yes.
I know I'm asking the question because I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Are you frazzled to the second you hit the button, or is it already everything's finished?
I am not a fan of drama,
Right.
and the entire feast
You would not last in
staff
my family.
knows that. I mean, we really work very diligently to plan the way that things come. There's always things that come in at the last minute,
Right.
and you have to switch things up. But I wouldn't say that it's frazzle. I would say that we're very careful in the way that we do our work.
Right.
I mean, we fact check everything to the nth degree and edit it over and over and over again to make
Right.
sure that what goes to press is the best that it can be. So there's definitely kind of a sprint to the end every month, and especially on months like this where we have a deadline
Right.
that's pushed up because of the holidays.
Right. Right. No,
What about
good.
the show, though?
The show,
When
we're
you-
on track. We're actually finishing it up this week. And again, it's the Tastemakers. So look for the Tastemakers issue to come out at the end of this month. And this is our annual look at the people who are helping to shape the food and drink scene in the region. So really fun stuff coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, feastmagazine.com.
Yes.
Feastmagazine.com, Channel 9. Look for it on all of their platforms, the Feast TV show. And once a month, it shows up on the regular 9, the main 9.
Actually, they're showing it, I think, 3 times.
They should show it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
on. I've seen it on Saturdays.
yes, exactly. And what they do is they put it in with their other food content. I think I'm after Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
But before the woodworking shows.
You always have to.
Doesn't he?
I know what
Yeah.
time. I know what time it is when Tommy Mac shows up and this old house shows
and
up.
what's great is honestly, we can't do it without our sponsors. And Whole Foods Market is one of the sponsors, and then also Missouri Wines. So we're always featuring a different Missouri wine in each episode. And in December, it is the Adam Pukta Norton Port, which if you're looking for something to sip like after a massive holiday dinner with like your chocolate desserts, seek out Missouri Port for sure.
There you go. Cat Neville with feastmagazine.com. Also, newsstands everywhere. Also, don't forget to subscribe.